history. Bobe Bode and that man, John Force. Well, we had a really good chance to talk with Jimmie Johnson, so let's hear what five-time NASCAR champion Johnson thinks about John Force's success.
I can't believe Force is 115. I mean, it is just unbelievable what he's done. I don't know if it's possible to do that in motorsports ever again. My 5 in a row is pretty unique. I can't, it's just hard to believe he's been doing it that long and been competitive over that span of time.
You know, there's a point, and we've talked about it, Mike. Will anyone ever get to a 15 again?
Well, I'd be very surprised. I mean, John Force, the career he has had is amazing. And the amazing thing is, in the beginning of his career, how bad he was and how long he just kept persevering and just kept working and working, and then finally hooked up with Austin Coyle. And even then, it took him a couple years to win the first race, and then just kept going from there. It's an amazing story.
His daughter, Ashley, expecting their first child. She and Danny, they're not going to find out what the sex is on the child until it's born, the old-fashioned way. I kind of like that. John Force is fourth. Bobe Bode, well, he sits down in 11th, looking for the top half of the field.
Bobe Bode won his first career event last year in Brainerd, and that was a pretty special time for everybody involved, including us to watch it.
I loved it. That was so fun to watch. Wiggle and drift out of John, takes him all the way across the track in front of Bode. Wow, how'd you like to see those parachutes coming out in your face? I don't think so. Wonder what that was. John Force stays fourth, Bode stays 11th.
Well, the one thing you got to remember here at Pomona, and it's always been this way, that right-hand lane, it always wants to drive the car towards the center line. And you saw John, when we show the replay, that thing started drifting towards the center line, probably just around half track, and just carried him over. And then what happens when he lifted off the throttle past the finish line, it just hooked and drove the car over. Now watch, right here, you got to stay in the groove right here. And if you get the one tire out of the groove, the right tire is pushing over towards the center. And then right there, he lifts off of the throttle and then just went right in front of Bob, who also made a move over towards John. Boy, that could have been disastrous.
You look at the shadows, you can see how close they were. This will show us even better.
Now, John's run should not be thrown out because he crossed the center line after the finish line. If you cross it before the finish line, the run would have been thrown out. So it should be allowed, because I don't think he hit the timing blocks. The tire tracks show it going after the finish line. But boy, that was a scary moment there for an instant.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter because they're both going to go into the show with the time they set in the first session of qualifying.
How about me and Mew was going home early?
I never saw your car that close.
I'll figure this out.
And both those guys are a little relieved at that one. They were very close.